Email has probably grown in a big way in the last 3 or 4 years. The fact that you have a conference today on email marketing is evidence to that. So the first question that comes up is like, why email? Email has been quite prevalent in the West, US and UK. They've had regulated email marketing for a long time now. And currently it's picking up in India, primarily because it offers one of the best return on investment if well done. Today every business, from a small business such as somebody who's selling products online, to all the way large enterprises, banks, insurance companies, everybody has resorted to email marketing. But clearly one reason could be the return on investment that they are obtaining out of it, which is probably the reason why it's grown in the last 2 years. So at present, the way we see it is a lot of email marketing is done through acquired databases. Is done in such a way without understanding the preferences of the customer. In an ideal world, you should probably have targeted email marketing. This email is targeted at a particular customer profile. Right now what what many people are doing is just carpet bombing with email. So this is probably one thing that's a limitation on the email marketing industry per se. Ideal, it's very difficult to say what's ideal, but one thing to take it in the right direction would be just the way as, for instance, in India, TRAI has regulations on what is a promotional content in terms of messages. The SMS that you get on your phone, TRAI has regulations on what is promotional and what is not. What kind of promotional messages you can send to what kind of subscribers provide, and their opt-in levels. Similarly for email, respecting users' opt-in levels and some kind of regulation that ensures people who have opted into emails receive the emails. Some kind of measures on the business's side to actually send emails to only the right audience, targeted audience. That would probably be things that will take email marketing in the right direction, make it far more useful, and probably increase the ROI than it stands today. Email is primarily used for promotions, right? Currently everybody is talking about email as a channel for promoting content. You want to promote an offer, you use email. You acquire a list, you promote. But I think email marketing would probably mature to include all stages of the customer life cycle. You inform a customer, you acquire a customer, but that's not the end of the marketing, the customer life cycle. Then you go on to actually engage with him. Then you go on to transact with him, tell him, hey, this is what you bought, and then you go on to offer him rewards to buy again, to retain him. So eventually, email marketing will start addressing each of these stages of a customer life cycle in a bigger way. Additionally, what we see is email marketing, as many panels today will discuss about, will integrate tightly with other modes of communication. Today, SMS is a very prevalent mode of how businesses communicate with their customers. Going forward, businesses would use email and messaging, to complement each other. They would probably use voice, email, messaging, and social media in a well integrated form so that they can access their customers, their potential customers, reach out to them across all channels in the manner they see best fit. What we try to look at is exactly this. The challenge going forward is email is going to be used by businesses across the entire customer life cycle. It's going to be, and people would want to actually use that channel, which actually gives the highest return on investment. Given this, every business requires a platform that offers it the flexibility to extend its communication, to message its communication through to its customers across all channels, all mobile channels, email, social media, and across all the entire customer lifecycle. So IMImobile has brought together a platform called a multi-channel campaign manager. We call it the DaVinci multi-channel campaign manager, which essentially exactly does this. It helps set a whole sequence of rules, what you want to do from today till a year from now. You plan it ahead, you set up a sequence of rules, you said this communication should happen over this channel. And then a month from now you want to change it a little bit, your strategy has changed, go ahead and change it. But then once you set up, you codify something like this, a sequence of this is what I want to do, send to the customer across this channel. Once you do that, IMImobile provides a platform to exactly do that. Again, in the future, I see that email marketing will become more targeted. A certain customer profiling will start happening. Businesses will use this customer profile and send their message to the right targeted audience. Right now, if I were not interested in travel right now, and I get a message from the travel industry, that probably has no impact on me at all. So when the user, any marketing campaign is best when it is provided to the user when he wants it, where he wants it, how he wants it. The goal for any campaign manager is to essentially take you there. In terms of technology, I would say a very important thing is, building a subscription base. Who do you send your emails to, particularly when it comes to promotions? One of the most important things going forward is how businesses get their potential customers to opt into their lists. I know of a coffee chain in India which actually provides a loyalty card. This loyalty card essentially gives discounts. You charge for 500 and you get 600 rupees worth of credit in your card. But in exchange, they take your mobile number and your email. So this is a very beautiful way of getting opt-in. So on one side, practices like this will help the industry get better, help email marketing get better. And on the other side, a platform which actually allows you to communicate with the customer in a very flexible manner across all possible channels. Whichever way, wherever I can locate him, I should be able to reach out to him over there. And this platform should also provide some kind of profile information which says, hey, he is a youth. He is a youth who likes to spend a lot. This is the best target audience for a particular business. So a platform should provide this kind of analytics, customer profile. It should provide the ability to send your communication across channels, and it should allow you to build an entire marketing strategy in place through a set of rules. So that's where I see the platform headed. IMImobile works with about 96 operators in 72 countries. They work with dozens of blue chip enterprises and provide several products to all these businesses. One of the products I would like to talk about in the context of today's session is called Open House, IMImobile Open House. Open House is a multi-channel mobile engagement platform. How you want to reach your customer, which channel do you want to reach your customer, and what is the message you want to give him. You want to reach your customer across all possible mobile channels. And additionally, you also want to know as much information about the customer. So we're working on this platform provides, as of date, it provides the ability to communicate across all channels. So this is a very, very useful platform in the sense that currently messaging platforms are fragmented. You use one platform for your SMS messaging, another platform for voice, and so on. But Open House brings all these channels together so that you can have one platform. Your messaging is the same across all channels, completely integrated, and it goes out there in one piece across all possible ways to reach the customer. Our association with IAMAI is mutually beneficial. It is a perfect fit, I would say. IAMAI closely follows, closely reports on, closely tracks events happening in the mobile and the internet space. That's exactly the space we are in. We provide mobility solutions to enterprises. The growth of mobile in India is a success story that it's not a new thing. Everybody knows about it. Given that we are in the same space, IAMAI is trying to bring forth thought leaders in this industry, bring forth statistics for the industry. I think it's a very good association we have with them. We have built a data-driven messaging industry report with them in the past. We have sponsored a few of their events. We've been associated with them for the last 6 months or so. It's been very fruitful. On one side, in the report that I was talking to you about, it's about mobile engagement platforms, the status of mobile engagement platforms in India. It rose out of a desire of ours to share data, statistics that we've collected over the last 3-4 years about the messaging industry in India. Now this is a data point that wasn't available out there in the industry before, out there for people to use before. The fact that we published it with IAMAI actually contributed ideas to it, was very good, I would say, for the industry to use as a reference point for designing their technology, for devising their technology strategy as well. So that would be one point I would say how it's been beneficial working with IMI. I think one would be the lack of data, lack of credible data. And I think IMI is doing a brilliant job in publishing reports every year. We've done one with them. I think that would be one thing, providing data back to the industry so that decisions can be made based on that. So for example, if you know that the messaging platform in the industry, people are using it, people are using messaging, which means it gives information for marketeers out there to use messaging as a channel. If suppose we have a report with IMI saying, hey, this is the status of email in the industry, which this conference is trying to do, what is the level of adoption, how many people are using it, and therefore marketeers come here, everybody comes here and says, okay, this is a great channel, we should probably leverage it. We go out there and present that, hey, using multi-channel, using email along with mobile channels is a great idea. We've seen that it works in the past, and people have been, we've been discussing with people, trying to help them how they can leverage multiple channels to achieve their marketing objectives. So this way, these events are very, very useful to spread a lot of good tidbits, a lot of gold nuggets out there, which are not really out there for people to, assimilate. So events like these particularly help in disseminating information. I've been talking about two of them, but Open House, as I said, is a multi-channel mobile engagement platform. I think it's one of India's first cloud-based platforms that offers communication across channels. When a business comes to us, it's a cloud-based platform. They subscribe to the platform, and once they've subscribed to that platform, they can use it for an integrated messaging, to their end customers. Now, as far as I'm aware, there isn't any such platform, at least in India, which offers such an ability to communicate across channels from one single platform. It's highly fragmented out there. I would say that we bring it all together. Additionally, we're trying to work with operators to bring in more intelligence. Networks have a lot of intelligence on them. They have things like customer profile. We're trying to bring all of them onto the platform so that marketeers can use it to reach out to their audience better. They can communicate better with the right audience, and that's a place that IMImobile is trying to play a big part in, for exposing customer profile data through what we call in technology world as APIs.